We now regularly host what we call Unity Circles and live stream them on our YouTube channel. Each circle is hosted by a member who wishes to share their knowledge and gifts out to the world in hopes that they can make a difference in the lives of others. You can find these circles inside the New Earth AC Divine Ray store and on our YouTube channel. Please take whatever resonates and let the rest fall away. New Earth AC is always on the lookout for new Unity Circle hosts. If you have special gifts and know that what you have could uplift, empower, and inspire others, if you want to make a difference in the world, why not host an online Unity Circle with us? We always live stream the circles onto the New Earth YouTube channel and promote our hosts to the world. If you think you have something to give, let Bonnie Bird, David Starr, and Robin Nicole know personally, or email us at newearthac1111@gmail.com, and we will place you onto the calendar and bring you onto a community chat to let everyone get to know you before your circle.
Hello, everybody.
Hey guys.
We're here.
It's us. And today we have all four of the hosts here today. We're all able to make it. So we've got myself. My name is Robin Nicole, and I'm also the host of the Shine Your Light Network. Bonnie, who are you?
Bonnie Bird, also do Arts of Collective Change, and Ignite Quantum Healing is my pages, so, and the YouTube pages. And Jessie?
Hi, I'm Jess. I make orgone energy pieces. I don't talk about myself a lot. That's why I'm stuttering.
David? And you can find her pieces on Oregon Original Works on Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Robin, I believe you have a pretty amazing orgonite piece that Jessie has made.
Yes, I do. I have one in my hand right here. Ooh, look at that.
That is the best orgonite piece that I've ever felt on the planet.
This one is chocked full of all of my, so basically I had met Jessie, in 2019 in September. We did some grid work together, and I brought these stones that go with my Chiron wounding, and I said, hey, Jess, can you incorporate this into a pyramid for me? And she's like, oh yeah, we'll figure it out. And then it evolved because she was doing smaller ones, and then she's like, I don't think all of those crystals will fit into the one and everything. And then it came into time, she got this bigger one, and she infused the whole thing. There is this thing has power in it. It's got a Lemurian crystal in it. She wrapped it at the top with copper. And I know that there's a Herkimer diamond in there because
in the top,
it's somewhere around in the top area. I don't know if I can get this up closer.
Hey Jess, just out of curious, because this is a very specialized orgonite piece.
That's the most custom piece I've ever made.
Like if you had to track down crystals like that and create that for somebody, that would have to be at least a $400, $500 piece minimum.
I don't know if
probably because I don't even know where I would find it.
Yeah, because see the bottom, it's got a chiastolite.
That one in the middle, I wouldn't know.
This one?
That's not true. I would get one, but to get one, look at that sucker. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
So,
and then you threw a whole bunch of red garnet in here.
What I think makes it so special is that they were all her personal stones with her love.
And one of them, I actually got two of them. I got out of the ground myself, and there was this shavings of this still, what is it called? Stibnite? No, stillbite or something. And it's one of those, it's very brittle and it's metallic looking. And I had all these shavings. I said, here, throw some of them in there. And they help you when new energies come to the earth, or it helps you take and be able to integrate and work with the new energies. And I said, throw some of that in there. And then I think there's all that hematite.
Yeah,
and
the
you were
hematite.
saying that
That's from
Yep.
bracelet, right?
Yeah, that was from my bracelet, and I didn't give you enough. Like there was an odd number or something,
Right.
and you
So
had
I
to
had
figure.
extra, and then there's the garnet and pyrite and
And there's sugarlight in it as well.
Mm.
And
That's
then you like
amazing.
stuffed it full of some stuff in the middle that I don't even know what's in there. You said like there's a whole bunch of stuff in there.
Oh yeah, I put amethyst all the way up the center.
Hmm.
That's cool.
You
Yeah.
can't see it, but
What a
Amazing.
piece. So one of a kind.
took a
Yeah.
super long
Yes.
time to
And,
make.
and I got very well attached to it, and I ended up dropping it. And remember, I was like, what do I do? Do I glue it? And so like there's a corner on the side that I had to glue, and up at the
Okay, though.
tip. And it made me really sad and made me like really upset because it was such a special piece.
It
But I
still
guess
is.
like I had to learn not
It
to get
probably
it.
represents something. I mean, right?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
David, what do
Yeah.
you do? Who's
And you
David?
yourself.
I'm all identifying myself as source consciousness now.
Wow. Look at you.
That is
You don't
And
even need a
he's
name anymore.
also
Get
he's
yourself
also
a
the
symbol like Prince.
yeah.
he's also the
It'll
creator.
be the number 8 unity.
What have you created, David? You don't even going to tell everybody what you're the creator of.
I was guided to create an app from the divine called Divine Ray. And it's like TikTok, but spirituality. And it's a platform for healers to be able to offer clients healing sessions and or sell or share for free meditations, astral journeys, activations, and
Meditations.
yeah, like I know like a lot of people are talking about life coaching and stuff, putting some videos on there and offering classes, and it's great way to get it out
And
we,
basically, so everybody knows it's a place where not only you can connect with other people, you can put up little videos and things like you would on TikTok, but it's also a place where you can use like a website. So you don't even have to have a website. You can go in there and you can actually do all of your business inside of the app. And then anybody that purchases inside the app, there's like this awesome abundance thing that's going on where the monies first will go to help make the app better and create more of an amazing app than it already is, and will help with the maintenance and all that kind of stuff. And then there's going to be a portion of it that will be going towards Divine Ray projects, which are like projects that people like you, me, and everybody, like normal people that have ideas to help bring in the new earth and make the world a better place. And you might not have the funds to do it, but you have like this idea. And so there's going to be a whole thing there eventually where the Divine Ray is going to be putting money towards that. And the people that actually use the Divine Ray are all going to be able to vote on where the money goes. It's going to be cool. It's like, it's awesome, David. Thank you for like following through from your dream.
Yeah, it is pretty awesome, but it's going to be pretty amazing once everything about it's finished. Like, it's out there, you can use it, but in the not too distant future, there's going to be a reward system for everybody who participates in it. Like, it's kind of like the 5D way of compensation for sharing the light, for participating in videos, for making videos, for getting healing sessions. Every aspect of it, people will get rewarded for it. And it's probably 6 to 9 months away from happening, but it will happen, and it's going to be amazing.
And you're going to be live streaming. The live streaming function is going to be up very, very soon. It's already like the Android is already sorted, but now you're working on the iPhone, getting it ready so that everybody can stream, and we'll be able, when
It took
that
me about 2 months to
happens.
get the Android ready, and then he had to code it over. We're about a month in, so
Yeah.
I'm hoping in a couple weeks or so, that he's going to finish it.
And so we're going to be able to live stream in here. So you will be able to be finding us when you will be finding us live streaming right inside the Divine Ray. It's going to be awesome. The energy is awesome. And we love the fact that when we're we're going to go live inside of there, that we're going live in a place that is full of love, full of light, and full of abundance for all. And so when this happens, when David gets that ready, we're going to be moving over. And also, I think you can chat inside of there, like texting. And David says that eventually he will be making it so that we can video chat, but that's like a little bit farther down the line. So anybody out there who had issues last week, or like, was it Monday the 4th, when we had the big outage with the different platforms. And I know a lot of people went to Telegram, and so I just wanted to like let everybody know that Divine Ray's there as well, and it's not going to go away, and it's just going to get better and better.
Yeah, they're talking in the future that like a lot of these networks are going to be, what do they call it, cyber attacked or whatever down the road, and that there might be even Telegram and everything just going completely down. So part of the next development of Divine Ray is to have a Facebook page. It's kind of like Facebook where there's groups and you can share. But I'm going to put a feature in there where people can put their phone numbers in there, and you can let people who either you follow message you, like, and just check, do you want people who you follow who that they can message you. So they won't see your number, but they'll be able to message onto your phone. Like, so if things go down, people will still be able to communicate.
Very good. That's awesome, David.
That's
Okay,
amazing
so
piece of
I'm
work.
just going to put up, since we were just talking about this, I'm just going to put up the little promo before we bring our guest on, and we're kind of like just going to get the advertising out of the way. So this is what the Divine Ray is all about. That's so cool. And all of that video was created by, what is his name? Ty
L. Nah, he's so
L.
cool.
And
Amazing.
everybody in that video is people that are using the app, and all the stuff is actually really what was on the app. It's not just like made up content. That is people that have started putting videos and stuff already on the app. And so that is what the Divine Ray is all about. If you want to find it, go to divineray.io. That's the website for it. And there's also a YouTube channel that David has created. It's Divine Ray YouTube. And in there is all kinds of interviews that you've done, David, where you have told people about like the app and why you created it, how it was created, and what the intention is and how to navigate it. So if you're looking to figure it out and you want to see what this Divine Ray is all about, come on and move over, and don't be afraid of the new way, because we all have to like figure out a new way to move forward. And
well, everything's going to change on the
yeah,
planet soon. So
What's
so
that
if
one
the
called?
only
What's that YouTube one called, David?
Divine Ray.
I think it's
just on YouTube.
It might be Divine Ray app. I'm not sure.
I gotta subscribe to that one.
Yeah, because everything's in there and it helps you, because there's a lot of us out there, like even us, like we had a hard time at first because David was telling us about this app and we were kind of like, oh God, I don't know how to like navigate new technology.
I actually have a question for David.
Yeah.
I actually have a question because
What?
you did a upload, or you did a upgrade or whatever, and I keep clicking on a thing to do mine, and it doesn't do anything. It just goes to download the app.
The update on the Android?
Yeah, her
No,
update isn't
Apple.
going on. No, she's on iPhone.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, the Apple one update is not coming out. It's for 3-minute videos and stuff. It's supposed. I think he's working on it today, so maybe that. I'm not too sure. That could be.
Yeah, because Bonnie wasn't
I haven't
able.
got the update yet, but the Android one came out for
See,
3-minute
this is
videos. So now you can do 3-minute videos on all the Androids, but the iPhone, it was
This
supposed
is
to be
what you
today.
get when you click on Divine Ray on the Apple. It just
Yeah,
says you have to update.
Yeah, so if anybody is using the Divine Ray and they're frustrated at the beginning right now while things are happening and David is working with his developer, there's sometimes that you might have to uninstall and reinstall your app because of the fact that it's a new app and the development that's going on it is being changed, and he's usually putting updates on it all the time. But if you're having difficulty, you might have to uninstall. That's what I've learned, because I've been doing a lot of testing for David on the Android side, and I have to uninstall and reinstall, uninstall and reinstall. I become an expert at uninstalling and reinstalling the Divine Ray app.
Well, everybody, we have an exciting guest in the
Yeah,
back.
we do.
We need to bring
Oh,
forward with our little chit chat. Let's bring her on.
okay,
I'm
so
excited to
let's
have her
bring
on.
this girl on. Let me just get this stuff off from, I'm just trying to get this. I don't know why it won't let me. Oh, I'm going to remove the video so that it's out of my way so we can see our lovely girl. I don't know why it's going back up again. It won't let me remove it. There we go. Okay, so the girl that we've got coming on today, we've been asking David for a while, like, how come you haven't let us know who this lovely woman is that you go on? David knows her. David has been going, doing videos with her and everything. He's got this like secret, like what is it called, Bonnie? Like this secret meeting with Amy Apostolico. I can't say her name right. She'll come in and say it the right way. But she is a light worker, energy healer, and medium. She's a Reiki master, fire twirler, universal activator, Sirian Star Seed, channeler, and healer. And she brings energy healings and channeled messages for her clients. And so, without any further ado, guys, do you think we should just bring the girl on?
Apostolico.
Yeah, Jessie, say the name.
Apostolico.
There you go.
There you go. That's her name.
Nailed it.
Hi,
Hey,
Amy.
Jessie, that perfectly. Good job. So nice to see you guys. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah.
Great to see you.
Welcome. It's nice to see you. It's nice to meet you.
Nice.
We can't wait to hear your
Officially meet you
story.
guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how do you want to start? Do we want to start by just asking you your story? Like, who are
Sure.
you, and where do you live, and like what makes you tick?
Okay. So I'm Amy. I'm from Delaware, actually. I moved to California in 2018. I actually moved all this path started for me in 2017. My boyfriend at the time was killed in a freak motorcycle accident, and he like really pulled, like, it's horrible what happened, but it ended up being incredibly amazing, the story now that I have, because I realize now it was all for a reason. But he pulled like a Patrick Swayze and Ghost after he died, and went to like all these mediums, and they would just message me on Facebook with nothing to gain, like not trying to get money out of me. My mom's best friend at the time from high school was actually a medium on the side. She didn't do it for money, and she would call me, and like when he first died, I was really already deep into drugs and heroin, and that really pushed me. I mean, at that point I was trying to overdose, but I didn't, I wanted to die basically because I wanted to be with him. And I also just wanted to, I didn't know about death or anything. I knew a little bit, but really I didn't get the proof myself yet about how life exists and what, the whole story of everything. But then through those mediums, I was so, it was the best thing that ever happened to me, because I mean, that could have happened that time. I went to grief counseling, a lot of different things, none of that helped. But knowing there's no way in hell that they would know that, the things that they said. So then after a while, I was getting these messages. I started to almost get jealous, because I'm like, man, they're talking to him. I want to talk to him. So I I started making that my full-time thing, was just to learn and meditate, and I have really bad ADD. David knows that. I'm all over the place, and it's hard for me to stay focused on one thing at once. But I was really committed back then, but the thing was, I was still doing drugs really bad. So at first I had a very dark beginning spiritual experience, because I think I decalcified my pineal gland. I started getting a lot of feelings and seeing things, but they were all really negative. Like, I was always using those EVP apps. Like, I was probably a little bit too obsessed at that point. That was my life, was just trying to communicate with the dead. And I was haunting my apartment, just inviting a lot of bad, horrible, like, I did that salt test when I came to visit my brother in San Diego, because my brother came to San Diego and got clean and turned his life around. So I came to visit him, and 2 weeks later I was like, all right, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go to this treatment center. He actually is a director there now, so I got it free, and it got off all my, I was on drugs for over 10 years every day, of opiates, benzos, all the Adderall, all that speed, so it's like, take something to go to sleep, take something to wake up. So bad for over 15 years of my life. So
So you cleared it? You got it out and you cleared your system?
Yeah, it wasn't easy. Like, I went to the hospital because I lost 30 pounds in a week the first week, because I couldn't even eat. My throat closed up. It was nuts. But like, I didn't think I'd ever be normal without the pills and heroin or whatever, because I was so dependent on it. But I mean, of course, I'll never go back. But but it's amazing now, like, the leaps and bounds I've moved since getting off all that. My whole life has changed. But also, I think a big part of that too was also, I started getting, when I first got clean, I started getting Reiki attunements by different energy healings from people, at least like once a week. And that, I think, was probably the biggest thing that helped my psychic gifts, and also helped myself energy wise. And now my biggest, like, clair is to feel, like, so I can really feel the energy. But and then now I finally can get messages myself. I always has to, like, they have to really, the guides and Steve have to, like, hit me in the face now sometimes, because I can be oblivious to getting the messages, but I get them myself, but I'll get them way more easily for other people. So when I connect, I use the Reiki. I say Reiki, I'm attuned to Reiki, but I actually kind of remove those attunements now, and I don't use those. I use my own higher self for healing. But what was I gonna say? But so I connect to their energy through energy healing, and that it's all together, goes together with getting messages as well.
So I just want a question before we go farther. How long did it take you to get from, like, where you were to where you are now?
He died February 2017. For a few months I was too gone, with all that. But I would say from, like, the end of 2017 to now, because I'm nowhere near perfect. I'm probably
None
maybe
of us are.
like, I'm like maybe halfway to, like, a good idea point. That's why I'm not as confident totally in just my messages ability, so I don't sell that as a standalone service. I just add it with my Reiki or my energy healing. But I know every day, every time I do it, I get better. And so now what I do is I'll practice on my friends. My one best friend in Delaware, Danielle, I always give her Reiki, because she's really good at feeling it. She can tell me, and then I'll get messages for her, and I, like, know enough about her life that it's easy to discern the messages. But I think my biggest problem still is my own ego. And, like, I'll get a message and then I'll convince myself it wasn't that, because then I'll start making something else up after that. So I'm still just discerning, but I feel like it just takes time to realize, like, oh wait, that's what the voice is, because that's the one telling me that this, going back and analyzing the situation.
Amy,
Oh,
Amy, I'm
yeah.
about to fall off my chair here. I lost
Literally.
my best in the universe male friend in February of 2017 in a freak motorcycle accident.
Wow, I'm
His
getting chills.
fiance's name is Danielle.
Wow, that's
So
crazy.
I'm just I wasn't gonna say that because you're saying all those things and I'm like, but like you said
I
Danielle,
got chills as
and
you're
I'm like,
talking,
oh, I
so
gotta,
that's cool. That's
woo, girl.
that's
Okay.
what are the chances, you know?
0.
Yeah. Wow.
Anyway,
That's
go
crazy.
on. Sorry, I just had to blurt that out because I'm like shaking.
Yeah,
But
no,
it's cool.
that's
Yeah.
crazy.
It's cool.
Don't be falling out of your chair, Jess.
No, it's cool. I should sit on the floor next time.
Yeah.
Anyway, go on. Love you
Well,
already.
I just wanted to, there was something I was going to say as well. There was something about, we're all like growing, and like, there was something that you were saying, you're like, I'm not confident sometimes that maybe I'm hearing it right or whatever. And I just want you to know that all of us feel that way sometimes in our growing, and we're all like doing private sessions, and we're all like doing this kind of work. And sometimes we still question, are we hearing this right? Is this what you really want me to hear? I even hear David sometimes going, let's just check and make sure, let's just make sure I'm getting this right before I go forward with something. So we all do that. We all question sometimes. But
yeah.
then what I've noticed is, because I keep a journal, and I've noticed that when you keep a journal and you write down what you're being like guided to do, after a while, like it confirms, like, because
Yeah,
you're not going to get the same message today that you got, like, you're gonna, if you start getting like the same message and it starts like coming through like all the time, and then there's like a little like thread, you have to believe it, like it's got to be true, because why would it be coming through like that? That's what
right.
I say to myself.
I
Um,
totally agree.
I gotta-
That's the best
I want to
confirmation.
tell you a story, Amy. When my dad first passed away, I was one of his main caregivers, and he did the same thing. He kept going to psychics because I was in so much grief. I couldn't hear him. I had the gift, but I couldn't hear him because I was in so much grief. And so he would go, whenever he'd see me talk to one of my friends that were psychics, he would bother them all night long.
Yeah,
It was
telling them. Yeah,
it's like an episode of exactly like Whoopi going,
exactly. That goes. Yeah, the
it's
one
so
lady, he wouldn't let
funny.
her sleep. I was like, oh my gosh, that's
I
crazy.
know.
It's
They,
not too
they,
much.
they started texting me and said, I don't want to charge you any money, but I want to tell you what he wants you to know so that he'll stop bothering me.
Yeah, that's what the one lady did to me. So
Same
that's
thing
so
happened
funny.
to me too.
It's so amazing though, because like, wow, cool. That's how much they love me. They're gonna bug people.
He just wanted to thank us for taking care of him, especially when he knew
Oh,
he was really grumpy and grouchy because he didn't feel good, and he got a little mean sometimes, and he just wanted us
yeah.
to know how grateful he was. And there's 4 of us that was taking care of him, and he wanted us all to know that he appreciated that. But yeah,
Oh,
it's so funny. But also, with the Reiki, I understand with you saying that you wanted to move the symbols, but really that's your beginning when you open the door, and
mhm.
the symbols just helps you acclimate to the energy of love, because the original energy is your higher self, which is love. So you're just
Right.
introducing yourself to that energy when you introduce yourself to the symbols. So it's a part of you. It's who you are.
Yeah,
You,
definitely.
you get what I'm saying? Have you ever
Oh
looked at
yeah.
it in that way? Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
I
just
feel
love.
like
That's all Reiki symbols is the expression of love, the essence of love.
definitely.
David, you're very quiet in the corner. Do you have anything to ask Amy? I mean, you know her so well because you all.
I just don't want to interrupt because some really beautiful stories being shared. But if I had to ask something that would be inspiring, I would ask, how did you make the decision to leave your job to do the Reiki healing? How did you find it in your heart to make that decision and pull the trigger? Because a lot of people are struggling with that right now.
Yeah, it's scary. It's very scary, but I feel like I've received enough messages by now that that's one consistent message that I've gotten is that don't stop now. Go stronger with posting videos and different things, and the money will come. And it really has been amazing lately. Like clients, like I'm getting new clients almost every day now, and I could, with what I charge and stuff, I could do like I could have 2 clients a day. That's like I usually spend like an hour and a half per session, but and I raised my rates, but I charge $99 for a session. It's an hour and a half. I think it's pretty reasonable, but I could do 2 sessions a day and I would be still living comfortably, you know? So I was working a 9-to-5 job and I didn't mind it, but my soul was screaming at me so loud. And that's how I realized that what my intuition was really, because that was obvious, because my 3D self was okay, but my soul was screaming, so it made it hard to concentrate, hard to have. I didn't have any passion, you know. I'm not now at this point. I don't have any passion for anything else besides this type of stuff, you know, my stuff.
So you had to make the decision. It was like, I don't care what the result is, but I'm going
Which
with my
is
heart
scary. It's
without
scary.
any certainty.
having faith.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, I'm confident in my ability. If I needed to, I could get a job next week, you know, that would be fine. But I don't want to have that happen because I'd much rather be home and doing this stuff.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
I really
did the same-
resonate with everything you're saying.
I did the same
I left
thing.
working at a bank. It was eating
yeah,
my
it's
soul.
so
I
soul
loved
sucking.
all the people. I loved every person, but the bottom line was always like cold hard cash, and it's just like, no, that's not me, you know.
Yeah.
And it's funny because they offered me, like, they kept promoting me, and then they finally were like wanted to promote me to assistant manager, and when they did offer it to me, I quit instead. Like in the room, I was like, because my brain was like, oh shit, you need to make a life choice here. You know, if you take that position, it's only like, you know what I mean? It's the corporate ladder, and I'm like, oh my god, I quit. You should have seen their faces. It was, I'll never.
That's
forget
great,
it.
bro.
I did
At least 10
something
years ago,
drastic.
I'll
But see,
never
nobody's supposed to own our energy. We own our own energy. And when you work for someone else, they're telling you what to do with your energy. And it's so uncomfortable because it's unnatural. And since we've all been working with the light and we all been doing energy healing, and we've evolved so much that when we're in a place like that, it's really uncomfortable because they're like reacting to, you know, political things and things
Oh, yeah.
all around them, and they're upset about this, that, and the other, and it's things that most of us are trying not to focus on, so it's really
Right,
uncomfortable.
It is.
I did something really drastic when I did this. I literally came home from work. I was working in an automotive factory in New York, and I hated my job, and I was so depressed. I was on all kinds of medication because of it. And I came home. My ex-husband, he's from Ireland, right? And all I ever heard every single day was how great Ireland was, right? And so like he was telling me this for years and years and years. And one day, right before 9/11, I decided I had a really bad day at work, and I was really depressed, and I just really couldn't take life anymore. I just said, I came home from work and I put the keys down on the table and I said, let's put the house up on the market, and if it sells, we're moving to Ireland, because you say Ireland is so great, right? And we did, and we left really good jobs. Like, we were making really good money. We had everything that you could ever think of. We had three car garage. We had 3 cars. Who needs 3 cars? We had 3 cars for 2 people. And we had like snowmobiles, 4-wheelers, swimming pool, we had like all these bathrooms in our house, and like every time like I was like working so much to like pay for all this stuff, and I didn't even have time to clean this freaking
Right.
bathrooms that I had, right? And I remember being on the plane and coming over, like we like got rid of everything. We were like moving to this place where like the house like literally like hadn't been lived in 15 years. And you know, it was kind of like there was rats and stuff in there. And we were like, we just like, I was totally drastic. And I remember pulling up, we got off the plane, and I remember pulling up to the door, and I saw how bad the house looked. And I just looked at my son and I said, "It's okay, mommy and daddy we're gonna go in, and we're gonna clean it up, we're gonna fix it, and it's gonna be just like our house in America." And I was like bawling and crying, and he was like, "It's okay, mom." We go in there, and to this day, he's 22 years old. He was 4 years old at the time. He's 22, going on 23 now. And he said he is so happy that we brought him to Ireland to live his life, that he would have such a different life if he had stayed in the United States. He said he would have been spoiled. He would have been probably on all kinds of drugs, and totally and completely like materialistic. And now here he is, he's like loving his life. And
Awesome.
yeah, so I was drastic when I did mine. I was just like, I'm just gonna leave, move to a different country.
Yeah, that's awesome. I
That
wish
was
I had
scary.
I didn't do all that. I
It-
just said, my guide said, "Is this the way you want to be treated?" Because they were treating me really bad when I was in the factory. And I said, "No." And they said, "Walk out the door right now." And I did. I walked right out
That's
because
still drastic.
it was just
Yeah.
awful.
You know?
It
We
was
all
just
have our
awful.
stories where we're just like, nope, this is enough. This is your
Yeah.
chance to get out. Do it. Go. Bye. You know,
They
and
were
See ya, don't
extremely,
let the door hit you on the opposite
yeah,
side.
they were extremely talking to me saying, "Do you want someone to treat you like this for the rest of your life? Do you choose this?" And I was like, "No."
And it's just so
And I
much.
did.
It's
I
like
walked right out the door.
it's like 40 hours a week people spend. That's a lot. That's a lot of time. And then when
Well,
it
it was
sucks.
like,
And more because they'd be doing overtime too.
yeah, it was
Yeah,
like
and then
8
get
hours a
home.
week. It was ungodly hours. It
Oh,
was
and then when you get home, you're so drained. I would just have such a typical routine of getting home from work, taking my dog out, eating dinner, watching TV, going to bed. That was from
Yeah.
Monday to Friday. Then live for Friday. I hated that. Live for the weekend. Then if the weekend wasn't that great, I would be pissed because I'd be like,
Oh, and then
no, those were 2
Sunday,
days to get stuff in.
when
I
it
would be
starts to get about like Sunday afternoon, the
get the
anxiety
madness.
of going
yeah.
back to work the next day would kick in. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I always got the
Who wants
Sunday
to
night
live
blues
like
so
that?
bad.
I mean,
Who
man, what
wants
a
to live
miserable
like that? It's not a
existence.
life at all.
And it makes people grumpy too, because they'd be like, I gotta get to bed, I gotta get to bed, I gotta get to bed because I gotta get up and I have to function for those people tomorrow. And it's awful. It's depressing. David, you had this kind
Yeah,
of happen. You had to go back to work for a little bit because you
oh, I
needed
still have a job. I'm
yeah,
not.
no,
Don't
David
worry.
had to go back. And
I still
what
am.
happened to you last week, David? What happened with
I
you?
still am. I just had my heart was saying I can't be a prisoner to
Yeah,
with
hard.
my time or whatever. So I just worked out a deal that I'll just go on commission, and I still get everything that I was doing done, except for now I can go to the park, I can connect with nature, or I can come home, do a healing session or two, and you know, I just like to connect. So I'll just even go to wherever and just sit there and connect with source and just really feel into what's going on, and then so when I go back to work on a bid or to do this or do that or talk to, you know, whoever, I'm just happy, you know, I'm happy. And
It's like your well has been replenished.
Yeah.
Your well was
Yeah.
going empty, and now you're replenishing it.
yeah. So
there's a healthy balance is what you did.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
We
Well,
got a message.
I had to listen to my heart. It was I either had to do something that was going to work for both parties or just completely do my own thing. And I like it because it's a nice balance. It's a nice balance. So, but Yeah, I support anybody's decision to follow their heart. Like it's so important.
Yes, Bonnie. When I did a session, like I had been started to do private sessions myself, right? And I was doing all these practice sessions, and Bonnie was one of my practice sessions. David, I practiced on you too. Jesse, I'll probably practice on you too soon, and and I did this one for Bonnie. Was it last week or a couple of days ago or last week?
Last week.
And
Last week, yeah.
we have this thing, Bonnie and I have this, Merlin comes in sometimes, right? And he flips this coin up in the air, and like the coin, it's basically a coin that gives us advice for like what we're going through at the moment. And his message this time, it was only like a week ago, was listen with all your heart, was on the front of the coin. And then on the back of the coin, it says follow through with swift action. So it's kind of like goes along with what
there you go.
What you did and this topic of
What
what
they
we're
were
talking
saying.
about.
He listened to his heart and he followed through and he did what was necessary. And he didn't wait until it was so uncomfortable that he had to walk right out the door like I did.
Yeah.
Right.
Or get on an airplane and like
yeah.
And I've been really into like the energy of manifesting. And really, if all it is faith, if you have the faith and know that you're going to be fine, you will be. But if you don't know that's what it's hard. So now if I know that, knowing that that's true, it's like, all right, now it's easier for me because I can just, okay, no, it's going to work out. And so far it really has.
Do you struggle at all with that trust?
With what?
Curious. With the trust of it?
Yeah, definitely I have.
I certainly do. And I'm just curious.
Yeah, I do. But now I feel like if I get confirmation a lot now, and I feel like I get the chills a lot for confirmation too, but I'll get, see the same message more than once and it's telling me it's going to be okay. So it helps me, but they know they need to keep reassuring me all the time because obviously you have a great, you're going great. Then all of a sudden you get something bad happens, and then your mood dips, and then it's easy to spiral into, oh, well, actually this shit isn't going that great,
When it comes to abundance, the biggest thing is fear, keeping the fear out, because those are the huge blockages that you make when you are afraid of this, that, or the other. But if you could just say to yourself, I don't know how it's going to happen, but Spirit has always taken care of me. Everything always has been done, and I've never had to go without anything, and it's just going to happen, and just let go of the reins. Then you find that they give you way more than what you ever imagined. You
always
you
get
put a
more than
ceiling on it, but they don't.
it does. It does freak you out. It does like come in and freak you out.
Yeah.
And it does it to all of us, no matter how evolved that we get or how like much we raise our vibration. I had the same freak out a few weeks ago, and you guys, I don't think anybody even knows about it because David kept it anonymous for my thing, but I just want to come out and say thank you. I had a freak out. I thought, what am I going to do? Because my car broke down. Everything was happening all at once, and I just didn't know how I was going to manage. And I kept thinking, I do all this stuff for the world and I'm doing everything, but like nothing comes back. You know what I mean? And I had this freak out. Bonnie had to like calm me down. She's like, you're always taken care of. You're always taken care of. And I was like, no. And then like within like 24 hours, David, Mr. David, you stepped up. Thank you so much. And you made it possible. And I just want to thank you for restoring my faith that there is, like, you're always taken care of no matter what. You just have to believe that you're taken care of and that everything is going to be okay. Thanks, guys.
And that your family's always there to hold you up because we're your family. Yeah. And so is all the other light workers out there. We're all there to hold each other up.
What's amazing too is you found like that engine for the car.
Yeah, the car. Like we didn't know if we were gonna have to get a new car or what, and found an engine, and it was exactly the amount that you raised, David. It was the exact amount to like get the car going again. So,
Wow.
and that shows you something right there.
Yeah.
You're always going to be given exactly what you need. You're not going to get anything extra. Like it's not going to get me a brand new car that I could like go around with all these bells and whistles. It gave me exactly what I needed.
Robin, he gave you exactly what you wanted, because you said, I don't want any more than what I need to fix it.
And I
And so
didn't want to
Spirit
get
said,
rid of my
okay.
Polo because I love my Polo. That's like my favorite car. I just love that car, and I didn't want it to go. And so yeah.
The sky's the limit when it comes to Spirit, and you could have had a new car if your heart would have asked for it, but
Yeah,
you
well, I
didn't.
didn't want a new car. I wanted my Polo back. That's like, I love my Polo.
You're so
It's still not here yet.
silly
It's
girl.
still getting fixed, but thanks, guys.
Yeah.
So here I am. That's exactly what happens. You're always, always taken care of when you follow your heart, when you do things with integrity, when you do exactly what you are being shown. And you might not see it all the time, like every single day coming in, and you might not see like all these like people following your videos and liking and doing all this stuff and subscribing and all this stuff. But like when it comes down to it, when you are putting out to the universe exactly what's coming through your heart and you follow through with everything that you're being given, you will always be taken care of.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, the universe doesn't care about likes on a video or on a channel or anything. It's like cares about what you do in your daily life with the people around you and the energy you have and stuff like that. And it's interesting because I find that like I always wait until I'm in like crisis mode before I reach out to the universe for help, which is ridiculous because every time I do reach out to the universe for help, it's delivered. So like, why the hell do I wait so long? And every time it happens, I say the same thing to myself. Like, listen, if you would just have a little less pride or a little less like trauma response to people helping you, maybe that's what it really is.
I had a little bit of pride there too. I was like, I can't,
like,
David, don't do it. Don't do it. I
if you
don't
could
want my
just
name.
ask when you started to need something, you wouldn't even reach crisis mode, like for me personally, but it's like, I don't know. But honestly, every time I've ever reached crisis mode and asked for help, it's been delivered instantly, and the conduit is always different. So the thing is like, understand it can come and will come from anywhere, like anywhere. So you just got to be like, open. And it's scary to be open, but it's such a conflict for me, truly.
It was hard for me, Jesse, because I was like, I don't want anybody to know that I need help. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I was like, no, don't do it. Don't do it. I'll figure something out.
Everybody needs help every now and again. Everybody does.
And
I feel that. That's
some
like,
of the amazing things
I'm
about it.
self-sufficient.
There's a
I
couple
don't need
people
help.
there that paid, like one person paid double, one person paid like 7 times more than what I was asking for to help out. Like, and then there's people who just donated, and so it was
that
really
also goes
beautiful.
to show you I was prompted. I had a dream there a couple weeks ago, and then I did a video about it. I had this dream, and I was being shown that we as human beings, we limit our abundance. We limit it by putting a price on something, and we limit what we can get back, what comes to us. And they were showing me all night long that moving forward in the new energies, if you want abundance, it comes in so many different ways and so many different packages, and it's not always necessarily like a certain amount of money, and it could come in a trade or different ways, like, right? And it woke me up, and then I ended up doing a video about it. And by the time I got done channeling, because I was channeling and all this kind of stuff in the video, I made a decision that I'm going to start like offering my private sessions through donation, and whatever someone wants to give, they can give. And I figure I'm not out anything, because like you're not out anything by doing it that way. And I'm testing this. I'm like seeing if this concept is really, I'm testing what I was being shown. I was being shown this, And now I'm kind of like, is this really going to work? So now I'm kind of testing it out. So
Well,
I'm
it's kind of like you have to take that leap and trust them.
yeah, and I have to
Trust
kind of
them
like
and
trust,
just
like,
do it.
so like when the first couple of sessions come in and like maybe somebody might not donate because they don't have the money or something like this, you never know what's going to happen. Like David just said, somebody actually put like, what was it? Like you were asking for something and then they ended up putting like double.
There was one person that put 222, and I was asking for 111.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then another person put like I think 176. You know, like it was just because they felt the call to help,
Mm-hmm.
and
And I want to thank all those people, like all those people that donated that didn't even know that it was me. Thank you.
That was amazing. That's how it works. You have to trust.
so where can people book sessions with Amy or find more
Yeah,
information?
I've got that under here. I got to get it for her.
So on my YouTube, Amy Apostolico, I bought a domain, amyapostolico.com. I haven't done anything with it yet, though. You'll see it if you go. You can note that website for the future, but you can contact me on Facebook under my page, Amy Apostolico. I message me on Instagram, Amy Apostolico, and YouTube. And you can email me for a session. You can also email me amykw5@gmail.com.
Well, I'll put that in the description
Oh, cool.
below, like inside the YouTube description, we'll put that. And how can people find you on the Divine Ray?
Under Amy Apostolico too.
Oh, very
Have
good.
my sessions on there too.
On Instagram, you're Amy Apostolico on
Yeah.
Instagram.
All Amy, everywhere Amy Apostolico. On Facebook, I go by Amy Wallace as my personal page, but that's my dad's last name, my last name, but my mom's maiden name is Apostolico. It's just easier for Google results to Google that, and there's too many Amy Wallaces.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna be
yeah.
finding you.
Thank you. Cool. Yeah, connect with me. I think I'm friends with Robin already.
Yeah, we've been friends
On
before.
Instagram, I'm Orgone Original Works, so you might be like, "What the hell is this?" But it's just
Oh, cool.
It's just
Oh no,
me.
your organs. That was amazing. Robin's one you made her. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So if
think
you
we're
see-
already
if you
friends,
see
Amy.
requests
I'm not
from that-
sure. I'll check. I think we might be.
Yeah, I
already
think
friends.
she made you some kind of a unicorn too, David, didn't she? Do you have
Oh,
that
what?
there? No.
You made it for me?
No.
Oh.
Jesse made a unicorn, and
Oh,
it's
wow.
David
it's
has
like a big
probably
David.
I
the
wanna see
most
that one.
pieces of mine of almost anyone. I think, to be honest, because all those necklaces for your kids, remember, and then
Yeah.
David's got a lot of.
and I always
Jesse
send
stuff.
There's a
you like a
couple
bunch
things,
of
yeah.
like little things.
Everybody,
There's,
David is like
a
the
dragon.
supporter of
Oh,
all of
Vincent,
us.
I haven't seen.
Wow.
I'm touching the screen because wait, put it back up. I miss
Wait,
him.
see what you putting back up.
Vincent. That's the
That's him,
weirdest.
Vincent.
That's the weirdest. Not weirdest, but that was such an interesting experience making that dragon for you because it came through with a full track list.
What?
Freaking hours worth of music songs that I was just like scribbling and like, what the, and then I had to message him being like, so this is a little different, but here.
There's the
Great
unicorn.
Oh yeah, the violet
That's
flame.
so cool.
That's the first one I ever made.
Oh, it's pretty cool.
Oh, I'm loving to see them.
Yeah.
I always send
David-
them off and I say, hi, my baby. So
David is
Anyway.
he's such a supporter of all of us. David has like supported us. He's bought a lot of your orgone pieces. He's taken Bonnie's Reiki and other things, and he has bought a couple of my pieces. He bought the first piece that David bought for me. He calls me up, he orders it, and I get the address and I'm ready to like send it. This is how giving David is, right? So he goes, I don't know, I'm ordering this dragon thing, but I don't know why I ordered the dragon one because I'm not really all that interested in dragons, but hey, I think that's the one I need. So he orders it, and then like a few hours later, he texts me and says, oh, by the way, I think you need to send this to my friend. I don't know what his friend's name was. He gave me the address and he says, don't send it to me, send it to this other person. And I was like, David, you just bought this for yourself and now you're sending it to somebody else. He's very like, this is David.
Yeah. Oh, I know that all about David being generous. You're so sweet,
Yeah.
David. You
We
always
love you, David.
support me too.
Yeah. His
Yeah.
heart always sees his choices. Yeah.
You feeling the love,
Yeah.
David?
Yeah.
Feel it
Yeah.
all the way up
Yes,
there in
have a look
Winnipeg?
at-
Yeah, I'm feeling it, especially because
Oops, I just blew up your
usually at this
spot.
time it's
Sorry,
like
Eddie.
really cold, but it's really warm out, and I'm loving it.
That's
So,
nice.
so is there anything that we'd like to do? Like, do we want to do something like
And do
for
some
everybody?
energy healing for everyone watching.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
We're gonna let Amy take, because it's Amy's. We're here to promote you and tell everybody about you. So we're gonna let you like do it and start whatever you want to do.
I don't really talk too much when I do this.
Okay.
I'll let David narrate kind of, because that's what we do when we go live together.
Yeah, and maybe some of us might have some light language or something that might
Okay.
click in.
I feel like she's going to be doing like an abundance activation with her Reiki.
I feel it. I feel it. I feel it in my throat and in my heart.
Yeah, I got one hand over the throat, one hand in the heart.
And I feel it in my fingers. I feel it in my toes. That's what I'm feeling.
I'm feeling it everywhere now.
Love is all around us. Bonnie, you got something to say?
Yeah, I've got some light language. The dragon. Open your heart. Receive the love. Allow the abundance by releasing the fear. Open the heart. Take a deep breath. Breathe it in. Those are keys and codes for abundance.
Oh, that was really powerful.
I got something coming through. They're from the Angel of Abundance. Ayana hayana kaya no yana kaya natia. Ayana hayana hayana hu. Ayana kai. Ayana ko yunaya. Yunaya laya nua. Drop it down in your heart. Bring it through your heart and follow through. And you will always, always, always be taken care of. You are so loved, dear ones. All of you, every single soul that is in this universe, in this earth, in this whole, whatever you want to call it, universe, galaxy, you are all so and completely loved. Follow your hearts, dear ones. Follow your dreams. And don't let fear stop you from following your heart, following your dreams. Make a wish, dear ones. Throw it out to the world and let it out there, and don't have any expectations as to how it will happen for you. And just trust that the universe, the source, the creator, everything about you, everything has your back. You are truly and completely loved.
Amen.
Amen.
And your higher self too said, I want to open up some people's pineal glands. I'm like,
Okay.
oh yeah, how are you going to do that? And you're like,
I was just going to say that.
you're like, I'm going to blast them with light.
I was just saying that the energy is now moving up to the third eye. I could feel it moving. It was going from here just before David said that. So that's
You
so
know
cool.
David knows my higher self so well, but it's like my higher self always shows me up so much. I'm like, I need to catch up my 3D self because supposedly my higher self is some real like to do or something
Right,
cool.
so it's hilarious.
And like an overachiever in a way. I'm like, she needs to sit down sometimes. She's making me look bad.
Woo. I can feel it. It's doing something in here.
Oh
for
yeah,
sure.
I can feel it too.
I always just let my higher self kind of take over.
It's moving like over the ears and into the crown.
So I was asking your higher self, so what are you doing now? She goes, source codes. I'm like, source codes for what? She goes, for activating the pineal gland. Oh yeah, I guess that makes sense. Oh, that's funny.
We have Patty Shoon. She's been making a lot of comments, and she's saying she's feeling a tingly feeling coming through her.
Oh, nice. I always just get real giggly when I do Reiki, but I mean, I love that. I love being giggly, but I'll just sit there and crack up sometimes.
But it's like coming back down now, and it's going down to the throat and down to the sacred heart.
And I'm feeling that way too. I'm kind of like, ooh, I want to sing, I want to dance.
It's like a water flushing the vertical column right now, like going down.
Yeah, I can feel it.
Yeah. Yeah, then whenever me and Amy go live, whenever I do light language, she's just cracking up at me.
I crack up. I can't help it.
So like, I make sure that I keep my eyes closed
fun.
until the transmission's over, because every time I open there, she's just like laughing at me.
Let's see if you got some light language there, David.
Yeah, check and see if you got some.
Oh, light language for what?
Do a dragon one.
I'm gonna try to channel your higher self. So light language.
Okay.
Okay, so it's more like a Asiana Amiania and Unianian son. It's like let's go. Okay. Asiamiani yani Uniani Asamiani Ascolini Ascotunia Shototoya Inayano no Usiniana Lonia Colonia Shono no Tiatia Shototoria Roviash Inias Cototonia. No, she's like golden light. Niano no Shinia Rolia Conia Shodia Rolia Shotiania Cania Cotrolia Sidra. Minano no Niasholonia Canania Sonoa Tiatia Toriane. Miani Anonia Ronia Shonia Toria Troria Triator Brigeti
Sirian. He gets like a little like it's almost like when he does his light language, like a Russian accent comes in.
That's what I always laugh at. Russian.
I heard Pleiadian. Do you have Pleiadian connections?
Yeah, she's got Sirian and Pleiadian, I think.
Mainly like Sirian. I have some Pleiadian probably, but mainly Lyran and Sirian mainly.
Well, they have Sirian Pleiadian beings. That's what it feels like, a mix.
Oh, okay.
That's what it felt like when it was going through me.
Yeah. Maybe.
Pretty cool.
David like literally gets like this accent going on when he does his light language like that.
He does. All right, I'll close it up now.
I'm all lightheaded from that. Jeez.
I know.
Thank you. That was awesome.
Thank you guys.
Appreciate that. Namaste.
Great job, Amy.
Is there anything else before we leave that we want to say that like you do or promote you a little bit more? Like, is there anything else that we don't know about you?
Well, there's some things. No,
Just
just
save that for
subscribe
another
to the
day.
channel. I post new free Reiki energy healing videos every week, and I go live on Facebook. Me and David a lot of times will go live together, and I sometimes do that when I go live. I'll do going down the list of like individual people because I feel like that way I can maybe show off my skills a little bit and give them some personal messages. But we'll do both ways. Yeah, if you want to get a private session with me, it's $99 and it's an hour and a half session. I clear your energy, heal it, remove any implants, attachments, and give you a summary of like all the messages and all the things that information I've received and what we do, like, because they describe everything to me, and as you guys know, like symbols and metaphors with how you get it. So they'll show me like, okay, we're the birds are coming in and raining abundance on your crown chakra, all that stuff. So I do that detailed for each person and then give them the messages. And sometimes I'll let them ask, like if I'm really feeling psychic that day, I'll let them like just start asking me some stuff, and I'll try to connect with their deceased loved ones that way.
Okay.
Well, the door's always open here. Anytime you want to come back, you're lots of fun.
I'd love
baby.
to. This has been really fun. Thank you guys.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
We'll
I'd love to have you
back.
come do a Unity Circle with us or anything. And we just want to thank you.
Do some grid healing or something.
Yeah, we want to thank you for actually coming on and meeting us. And it was really nice that David decided to share you with us. He has like all these girls on the side that he does stuff with.
I just want to say thank you, Amy, so much. And it's truly amazing how sometimes, or well, for sure, that sometimes our greatest tragedies can turn into our greatest gifts. And it's like, sounds so cliche to say that kind of thing, but it has been in my own personal life. And hearing such a similar story from you in regards to a tragic event was like really validating for me. It like my mind is blown, by the dates and the. It's
me
just
too.
like, what? So I just want to really offer you a sincere acknowledgement of that, because my heart is saying to do that. I'm not a girl of too many words. Out of all these of these three, I'm the one that speaks the least. But like I just had to say that before we get off this call.
Oh, I really appreciate it, Jesse.
And
I
there's
definitely no coincidence.
I don't talk about super personal stuff very often, but that is a big deal, and that event changed my life in many ways and continues to do so, which is interesting because as it develops,
Definitely.
I know that was the catalyst for a lot of things that go on to this day. And
yeah, well, it's like we chose those things to happen to us because we knew we would get back stronger,
It's just so interesting. So I just want to say thank you for opening yourself enough to say those things, and so then I was able to relate and yeah.
And we also want to acknowledge your little doggy, because your doggy has been here the whole time.
What a cutie.
The ball. Usually he gets pissed when I do stuff.
Well, he went right like behind you when you went to go do the Reiki part. He like sat right there, like right behind you.
I give him Reiki, and he like gets scared of it a little bit. He can't handle the energy sometimes.
Sometimes they say that the dogs that I was looking that up, they can only take like 5 or 8 minutes of it, and then you have to kind of stop.
They'll usually tell you.
Oh yeah,
They'll
he'll tell me
tell you.
Get away
from
my hand.
Yeah. What's his name?
Jackson.
He's so cute.
Half beagle, half rat terrier.
He's cute.
Adorable.
He's a character.
What a blessing.
A lot of personality. Body.
So I think we lost David for like saying the goodbye part. You don't need to leave us right away, but we are going to end the live.
Okay.
feed. So everybody out there today, thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. Anybody that's watching us on the replay, we do ask that you place comments into these videos that we're doing and help us by hitting the like button, because the more people that hit the like button, I've been learning, the more people that do that, the more times your video gets to be seen out into the world, where people that might not have known that you're even there. And it would be really lovely if people liked this video that are watching it, so that other people can watch it as well.
Hi, everyone.
Bye.